Hi there. In this video, I want to talk to you about vision. Like with some clients, when I work with them, they say, "I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know where to go, and I don't know what are my goals and targets." It's good that you have them if you have them, but if you don't, like here are some tips of where you can start. Again, as we discussed before, self-management starts with self-awareness, understanding yourself, understanding what's your inner core, and then understanding your personality, what kind of strengths and weaknesses you have. That should be the first place to go. So here are some tips. Number one is MBTI. That's a really good place to start. You can go to 16personalities.com and take the test. So you can read on Wikipedia what is MBTI and how it was created. But on this website is a really good place to start, just to read and understand. You will be surprised if you do it accurately. It's a very descriptive, right? It's pretty accurate. Yeah, go check it out. Another thing. So once you know your personality type, right, you will be able to find some other results, right? So the personality type will be a code of 4 letters, right? Um, Again, just do your research, you'll understand. But once you know your personality type code, you will be able to find more information about it. What actually you are. Another resource is called StrengthsFinder 2.0, right? Again, this is a book, right? This is a test and the book. So you can find the book by Don Clifton. Very interesting. 30, I think 34, 30, 32 or 34 different strengths and how it affects our work, right? So check the test, check the book. Very insightful in terms of your in terms of understanding your strengths and the whole idea, and I think I pretty much agree with it, is to understand what are your strengths and capitalize on your strengths, right? In the meantime, you can still develop on your weaknesses, but for many people it is a mistake that they are trying to focus on the stuff that they're not strong at. Future trends, career outlook, something very important to keep in mind. Like, I don't know, I think 10% of Australian graduates right now, they're studying for the major that for the profession that's not going to exist in 10 years, right? That's a lot. So really, I don't know what is your profession, but put your profession and then type future outlook, right? I don't know, recruiter, and then future outlook and see what's going to happen, right? How recruiting will happen. So different resources, right? It's all about your research, but to understand like how maybe if you're staying in if your industry looks promising, right? Then how do you upgrade yourself to stay relevant? If your industry something's happening to it very disruptive, very transformative, then how do you transition somewhere else, and how do you communicate the transferable skills? How do you how do you apply what you have right now if you can't find a job right now in the industry where you want to be? Where can you apply yourself further? What are the other options? What are other options is one of the best questions. Work with a coach. If you can find a person who can coach you really well, and again, I think here I need to mention, right, what coaching is, but it's easier to explain what coaching is not. Coaching is not, let me make it bigger. Coaching is not counseling, right? It's not like listening and helping people to resolve some problems in their childhood. Honestly, for coaching, backstory is irrelevant. We're focusing on the present state and where we want to be and how do we get there. Like, this is what coaching is about. Coaching is not therapy. We do not work as coaches from the presupposition that somebody is broken, right? You're not broken. Everything is you're not sick. Everything is okay with you. You're just a normal person. Then how do we work with what we have? Uh, Coaching is not a it's not a personal. It's not teaching. Of course, with some clients, um, the education element is necessary, right? You need to put something there first before proceeding further. Like, again, as coaches, we can share our input, we can share our opinion, but Teaching is not the objective. Coaching is the art of asking right questions, and all the right answers to these questions, they are within you. Right? A good coach gonna ask you right questions to navigate you, and so that you can discover yourself, the limitations and the limiting beliefs that you have, and to resolve them. Right? Not everyone has a privilege to work with a coach. That's why the last step here is the power of self-coaching. Self-coaching, there are some books that you can explore how self-coaching. Uh, what's his name? Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if I am. Yes, Michael O'Neill, great coach. Watch these videos, right? But you can do something very simple. Self-coaching questions, right? And there are many resources. You can go to anyone. 25 powerful coaching questions to get where you want to be. So what you're doing is, um, what would it look like if you were entirely successful? Yeah, again, I'm the big fan of my Evernote. I would create a note, right? And this is what I would do. I would just write, take the question, take the question, copy paste it, and I would sit down and I would write for myself. I would try to answer it as honestly and as directly as possible. What would it look like if you were entirely successful? What is my personal version of success, right? Again, uh, it's all about creating a vision that can drive you, right? So the follow-up question is, what would you see if you popped into a time machine and there it was? All right, so you do the same thing. You copy the question, you copy the list of all questions, you put them in, you copy the link if you need to do this, right? And you sit down and just spend really 1 hour of quality time answering these questions, right? It's a very powerful technique. If you feel that you lack clarity, and honestly, we all think that we understand ourselves well and we know what we are, but you would be surprised if you actually sit down and do some quality work. So there you have it, right? To sum up, good place, like again, understanding psychology, use MBTI and similar personality tests, understand your strengths and dominate on your strengths. Always think like all your skills and how to develop yourself and in terms of career outlook, how this industry is going to develop, how the specialists like you are going to be relevant in the future job market. Work with a coach. You can find one. The power of self-coaching. Again, use writing and journaling in order to dive deep into your mind and understand what is there and how it works. Hope it helps you. All the best.